Master expense management in minutes. Discover how OPS360 streamlines expense tracking, approvals, and reporting, saving your team hours every week. Access your expense workspace from the main navigation. Next, navigate to Expense module. Here you can see all the total number of expenses across your organization. Review draft expenses waiting to be submitted. View and manage all items awaiting approval. Browse approved expenses ready for payment. View rejected expenses needing revision. Track expenses that have been paid out. Return to the complete expense list. Here is the expense search bar. Organize by expense number for easy tracking. Sort by title to group similar expenses. Filter by vendor to analyze spending patterns. Arrange chronologically to track spending over time. Sort by amount to identify high-value expenses. Group by status to prioritize your workflow. Access quick actions for each expense. Click on the three-dot menu to access further. Click on View to explore view details. You can view your required expense with full context. From here, you can view all expense information at a glance. From here, you can examine the vendor and payment details. View attached receipts for verification. Once you click on Approve, a push notification is sent. Process approved, ready for payment. Review category and account allocation. Check tax calculations and deductions. Ensure compliance with spending policies. Automatic currency conversion using real-time rates. Navigate back to the Expense module to return to the Expense dashboard. Click on Edit for further modification. From here, you can update expense details as needed. Add receipts to support your expense. Next, snap a photo directly from your device. Import receipts from cloud storage services. AI automatically extracts data from receipts. No manual entry needed. From here, you can review expense details. Here you can edit expense title if changes are required. Specify the merchant or service provider. From here, update the transaction date as needed. Assign to the appropriate expense category. Categorize for accurate budget tracking. Next, select the payment method. Choose the transaction currency. Updated details for accurate tracking and approval. Here you can specify any applicable taxes. Input tax amount if applicable. Next, define the tax rate percentage. Add a note for better clarity or update as needed. Click on Update and Submit to save and apply the changes. Now let's create a new expense from scratch. From here, you can begin by uploading your receipt. Capture receipts on the go with your camera. Or pull receipts from cloud storage. Next, choose your upload method. Next, drop or select file directly from here. Once you upload your file, your receipt scan details automatically. Enter expense details to track spending accurately, maintain transparency, and keep financial records updated. Enter a title to identify and organize the expense easily. Transaction date identified automatically. Confirm the date from your receipt. Assign to the right expense category. Select the category as per requirement to properly classify the expense. Selecting bank transfer as payment method. Select the currency method that should be used. Enter a description to provide additional details about the expense for better tracking and understanding. Add the description. Next, tax rate is calculated from receipt data. Next, add a note to include extra information, clarification, or important updates related to the expense. Add the notes. Review the details and you can choose to save TI draft or submit. Now let's explore expense categories. Manage your organization's expense categories from here. Each category has a descriptive name. Detailed descriptions guide employee submissions. Categories link to accounting system accounts. Set spending limits per category to control budgets. Active or inactive status for each category. Quick actions to manage categories. Click on the three-dot menu to edit or modify the category details as needed. Rename the category as needed. Clear naming ensures proper categorization. Update the default account name to ensure expenses are mapped to the correct financial account. Define spending limits for budget control. Set maximum amount per single expense. Set monthly spending per category. Save updated category settings. Category updated, policies now enforced. Click New Category to create a new expense category for better expense classification and financial tracking. Create a custom category for your needs. Name your new category. Add a description for the new category to clearly define its purpose and help users understand when to use this expense category. Select the default account where this expense category will be recorded. Set spending limit per expense. Set the maximum monthly spending limit allowed for this expense category. Next, click on Create to activate your new category. Next, you will receive a notification indicating category created. Here you can view the newly created expense category along with its configured details. View category details at a glance. Navigate to reports to view expense insights. View all the total number of expense reports. View all saved expense reports that are yet to be submitted for approval. View all expense reports that have been submitted and are currently awaiting review or approval. Displays all expense reports that have been successfully reviewed and approved for processing. Displays expense reports that were reviewed but not approved, requiring correction or resubmission. Paid tab shows all approved expense reports that have been successfully processed and marked as paid. Each report has a unique identifier. Here is the descriptive titles for easy reference. Here you can check total amount across all expenses. Track who submitted each report. Submission date for audit trail. Next is current approval status. Here we have quick actions on each report. Open a submitted report. Review January 2026 report details. $246.30 total across included expenses. View all expenses within this report. Each expense tracked individually. Expense titles for context. Transaction dates preserved. Vendor information included. Individual expense amounts shown. Status tracking per expense. Approve entire report with one action. Report approved. Payment can be processed. Return to reports dashboard. Click on Create Report to generate a new expense report. From here, you can start building your report. Click on Create to create the report. Report created successfully. A push notification will be sent for confirmation. Here you can check out the newly created April marketing report. Your new report appears in the list. Empty report awaiting expense additions. Access report actions. Option to discard if not needed. Add approved expenses to your report. Return without adding expenses. Back to reports overview. Next, navigate to analytics. Your complete expense analytics dashboard displays the total expenses incurred within the selected time period. Shows the total number of expense records available for the selected period. One expense awaiting approval action. Approved total shows the total number of expenses successfully approved. Here it displays the month-wise expense trend to help you track spending patterns over time. Monitor the real-time life cycle of every claim, from draft to payout, to identify bottlenecks and forecast cash flow at a glance. Here you can check the top vendors analysis for negotiation opportunities. Currency distribution across global spending. Transform your expense management today. You've seen how OPS360 eliminates manual work and gives you real-time visibility, ready to reclaim hours every week.